So here we are looking at circle and specifically circumference and area. Let's see. Another circle has a circumference of 30. Work out the area of the circle. Give your answer in centimeters squared in terms of pi. So what are we looking for? Area of the circle. How do we get an area of the circle? We go to our table and we go for the circle. There it is, and that is the area. So let's write that formula. So area equal pi multiplied by radius to the power of 2. So what do we need to find the area? Radius. Now, the only numerical information here provided is the circumference. How did they got that number? Again, we go to our table and we find the formula that L, that is the circumference. So that means L equal 2 multiplied by pi multiplied by radius. So how did they got that? So this number here is 30. And on the other side, I have 2 multiplied by pi multiplied by radius. So we can use that to find radius and therefore find the area. Now, what do we need? Radius, not radius, multiplied by numbers. So how do we eliminate multiplication? Always the same, by dividing and dividing both sides of the equation. So this is our radius. We don't even need to find the value of it. We can sub that in straight to our formula for the area. So area equal pi multiply. Our radius is 30 divided by 2 pi, and that is taken to the power of 2. Now, when we put that in the calculator to get our answer, the problem is that we are getting a decimal, isn't it? But we have to give it in terms of pi. So we kind of have to work our numbers a little bit. Why does it happen? Because very often in your calculator, when pi is involved, sometimes you don't get an answer that has to do with pi. So we are saying, okay, that is pi, or actually, let's write that as a fraction. So that will be pi divided by 1, multiply, and then fraction has to be taken to the power of 2. So how do we do that? 30 is taken to the power of 2. So that is what? 900. We put that in the calculator. Then 2 is taken to the power of 2. So that's 4. And is multiplied by what? Pi to the power of 2. And I'm just going to write that as pi multiplied by pi, isn't it? Because that's what it means. Pi to the power of 2. And the reason why I wrote that, so that we can see it clearly, that this pi will simplify with this pi. Now, I'm wondering whether 904 can divide evenly. So when we put in the calculator 900 divided by 4, we get what? 225. 225. So that means on top of the fraction, I have 225. And on the bottom of the fraction, I am left with 1 and pi, so meaning pi. So that is the area given in terms of pi.